Everybody, yesterday I finished John Green's Paper Towns, and you know what that means. Look at him go, reviewing. Okay, I'm not Grace Helbig, but has that stopped anybody before? So, Paper Towns by John Green. This was a really good book. I think we can all agree that John Green is a fantastic writer, but not only is he a good writer, he's a beautiful writer. I found myself identifying with Meg Ryan's character in You've Got Mail when she tells Tom Hanks' character. I just get lost in the language, words like thither and mischance, felicity. And that was totally true of this book. It's akin to me of like when you read a really awesome poem and the words are chosen not just for their meaning, but also for the way that they sound. It's not just that the words themselves are beautiful, it also sounds really nice. Something else I appreciated was that this book is written in 3 parts. So one of the things I learned in the playwriting class that I took in college, and also relearned when I was reading Screenplay by Sid Field last month, one of the most largely used structures in storytelling is what some people call the invisible 3 acts. The first act being the setup. We meet the characters, we learn about their relationships and situations, and at the end of the invisible first act, there is something that happens that takes the action and spins it around and sends it off in another direction. And then you have the invisible second act, which is the confrontation, and the hero basically confronting obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, trying to achieve their dramatic goal. And at the end of the second act, there is something that happens that takes the action and spins it around in another direction, sending us into the invisible third act, which is the resolution. And this book is a really good example of that. So as a writer, I really appreciated being able to see that and thought that that was really cool. I think the only thing that I wasn't a fan of in this book was part 2 dragged in places. About the 4th or 5th time that Quentin went to a random subdivision, I was like, okay, really? I don't know if that was John Green's intention for us to be like, ah! But that's how it was for me. I got to the point where I was, skimming and skipping ahead, not skipping ahead, but that thing where you just kind of like pick out the important sentences in a paragraph. On the scale of like reading to skimming to scamming to scumming, it's somewhere in between reading and skimming. And of course then part 3 was like, went like that. Nah, you need to age a little bit and then you'll smell so much better. I also really appreciated in part 3 the format of like hour 1, hour 2, hour 3. I thought that that was a really interesting way to set it up. And I also really like the way that he includes web chats and text messages, because obviously that's something that is relatively new. Something else I appreciated was the way that he weaves Walt Whitman through the book. I studied Walt Whitman, I think he was in high school, and at the time I thought he was just kind of this weird guy that went and lived by himself for a year and wrote this long poem. And that's coming from the only guy in English that actually liked English class. But after reading Paper Towns, I kind of want to go back and read it. It's a book, right? Would that count? You bookies, help me out there. Bookies being people that read books, not people that are taking bets. And I also really appreciated that John Green does a beautiful job of something that I think only books and other text-based art can really do, which is give us commentary on the sort of subconscious metaphysical side of the human existence. There's some really great thoughts about how we are related to each other woven through this book, and I really appreciated it. I was very much inspired. Overall, I give this book 5 stars. Absolutely, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic, and I'm excited to read more John Green, whenever that will be, sometime, inevitably. So that's Paper Towns by John Green. I haven't decided what's up next for me in 13 and 13. It might be Austin. Kind of excited about that. So yeah, if you like these book reviews, please hit that like button and let me know. Also, what are you reading right now? Have you read any John Green? Leave me a comment. Literally, leave me a comment. I'd like to know, like to hear from you. and hear what you're reading or your opinions, thoughts on John Green and Paper Towns. And I will see you all soon. Bye.